In the decisive moment, nature will choose who survives. And the battle for survival begins. Those who know how to hide and strike at the right instant will endure. Wild Arizona, the fight of the rattlesnake against its sworn enemies. The Arizona desert, one of the harshest landscapes in North America, where by day the sun scorches the skin, and by night the cold cuts deep to the bone. Within just a few hours, temperatures can swing by as much as 30 degrees. In this maze of stone and sand, one creature has evolved into a master of ambush. It needs neither overwhelming strength nor unmatched speed. For it, a single strike is enough to end a life. This is the rattlesnake, a creature of quiet form, carrying within it a death sentence. Yet even this silent death is not invincible. Hidden beneath rubble, weaving through thorny cacti, other predators lie in wait. Here in the desert, the struggle never ceases. The western diamondback rattlesnake, Crotalus atrox, measures from 90 to 150 centimeters in length. Beneath its rough scales, muscles coil tightly, ready to spring like a compressed spring. Its fangs, concealed inside its mouth, snap forward only when needed, delivering venom straight into its prey. That venom is a deadly cocktail, tissue-destroying enzymes, neurotoxins that paralyze the heart and nervous system, and clotting agents that trigger rapid necrosis. In just minutes, life is stripped away from within. What makes this snake terrifying is not only the venom's potency, but the way it kills, swift, silent, and leaving almost no chance for resistance. Beyond its venom, the rattlesnake wields an almost supernatural sense. Heat-sensing pits, located between its eyes, allow it to detect the warmth radiating from nearby creatures. In its vision, the world appears not in colors, but in shades of heat, a living map where every heartbeat and every flow of blood is exposed. With this, whether in the frigid night or under the burning midday sun, it sees prey clearly. Small creatures, chicks, lizards, field mice, cannot escape the invisible gaze of this assassin. A field mouse scurries across the hot gravel, unaware that death lies motionless beneath. The snake holds its breath, body pressed flat against the ground. Its heartbeat slows almost to stillness. A forked tongue flickers, sampling the air for scent and vibration. Then, in the instant the mouse falters, the strike comes. In just 0.3 seconds, the fangs sink deep, injecting a lethal dose of venom. The rattlesnake does not pursue. It waits. As life ebbs away, it glides closer, its jaws unhinging to swallow whole. In minutes, nothing remains but a swelling that slowly ripples into the desert night. Beyond hunting skills, the rattlesnake wears a perfect camouflage. Sawtoothed patterns on its scales blend seamlessly with earth and stone. When discovered, it does not always strike. Instead, it shakes its iconic tail. A dry, chilling buzz, like sand grinding together. This is its final warning, produced by hollow segments at the tip of the tail, vibrating up to 50 times per second. A clear message of nature: retreat, before death becomes reality. Yet the rattlesnake is not only a killer. It is also a quiet mother. As spring heat spreads across the desert, a secret event unfolds beneath cracked rocks. Unlike many snakes that lay eggs, rattlesnakes give birth to live young, a process called ovoviviparity. Embryos develop within the mother's body, nourished by yolk rather than placenta. At the right time, the female can deliver 4 to 25 offspring, depending on her size and the desert's unforgiving conditions. From birth, the young emerge armed with everything they need: venom, fangs, and hunting instinct. After their first shed of skin, they leave their mother to begin solitary lives, true to their species' nature. Though cold-blooded, the mother often chooses stable places, beneath rocks or inside caves, to give birth, providing warmth and shelter from predators. But beyond that, there are no protective arms, no pack. Only the desert's brutality, the instinct to endure, and the rattling cry that warns of death. Not every threat in the desert comes from beneath the ground. Sometimes, death comes with wings, gliding across the sand like a ghost. This is the roadrunner, the true cowboy of the deserts of the American Southwest. This strange bird is no master of flight, but it is a superb athlete. With long legs, a compact head, a graceful curved tail, and eyes sharp as blades, it is one of the rare creatures bold enough to challenge, and even hunt, venomous snakes. Not because it is immune to venom, but simply because it is too fast. The venom has no time to take effect before the prey has already been struck down. The roadrunner doesn't just survive in the desert, it rules through boldness and strategy. Its diet is varied: insects, lizards, scorpions, small snakes, and even young rattlesnakes. In the burning heat of midday, when the air quivers over the scorching sand, a rattlesnake lies hidden beneath a cactus, its body blending into the soil, its tail giving a faint rattle, a warning of an unseen threat. Above, on the sparse branches of an acacia, a bird waits motionless. Its eyes sharpen, narrowing like a camera lens. No call, no wasted movement. Only the cold patience of a killer. In the span of a single breath, the roadrunner dives. Lightning-quick legs pin the snake. Before it can retaliate, a sharp beak clamps down on its head. Without hesitation, the bird begins to swallow from the head, pulling the long, supple body into its throat like a strip of flesh. A small hunter, without venom, without armor. Yet speed, audacity, and raw instinct make it a formidable threat, even to a fearsome killer like the rattlesnake. In this unforgiving world, victory does not always belong to the most dangerous. In Arizona's desert, where burning sands and rocks devour fragile life, the winner is the one who strikes first, whether it is a venomous snake or a daring little bird. In the harsh world of the Arizona desert, where the sun by day can scorch the earth and the cold of night falls just hours later, lives a small but resilient creature, the ground squirrel. Unlike its tree-dwelling relatives, it chooses a life bound to the barren earth. With strong legs and sharp little claws, it digs an intricate network of tunnels beneath the sand, shelters for living, breeding, and escaping the searing heat. These burrows, with their many chambers, are safe havens for the colony, fortresses against the predators that lurk outside. As the sun rises high, a new day begins. The ground squirrel's food is simple, but demands patience and sharp senses: seeds, cactus fruits, dry grass, and sometimes small insects. Every morsel is precious, for the desert never offers abundance. And in their search, they become the desert's unintentional gardeners, scattering seeds, dropping caches, giving new plants the chance to sprout and sustain the fragile balance of life. Yet danger is never far. The beat of a hawk's wings, the silent shadow of a bobcat, or the dry rattle of a snake beneath the sand. But they are not alone. When one spots danger, it rises on its hind legs and whistles sharply, a warning that sends the whole colony fleeing into safety. Vigilance and solidarity are their keys to survival. Small, quick, sometimes dismissed as pests for raiding crops, but their true role in nature is immense. They feed predators, spread plant life, and embody resilience in one of North America's harshest lands. In the golden hours of dawn and dusk, when the desert glows on the towering cacti, the ground squirrels appear briefly, darting across sand mounds before vanishing again. Quiet yet enduring, they are the silent dwellers of the desert, reminding us that true endurance often lies in the smallest of beings. The desert shrew, or grasshopper mouse. A tiny creature, no bigger than a human hand, with smooth grey fur, a sharp pointed snout, short legs, and tiny black eyes that seem nearly blind. Its harmless appearance might fool others into thinking it is nothing more than weak prey amidst the burning sands. But hidden beneath its fragile form lies a true warrior. The nervous system of the desert shrew has evolved to neutralize the venom of some of the desert's deadliest killers, snakes and scorpions. What would be a fatal bite to most creatures is, for it, no more than a prickling sensation. And it is not only on the defense, it hunts. Its extremely high metabolism forces it to seek prey both day and night. Even its saliva carries a mild toxin, strong enough to paralyze small animals. Tiny, yet never harmless. In the desert's harsh world, survival is always a calculation. The sun lowers, casting its last rays upon the red sand. In the silence of dusk, a rattlesnake slithers, tongue flicking through the air, senses sharpened to the extreme. Suddenly, a faint rustle breaks the quiet. Before it stands a desert shrew. Small, still, but its dark eyes show no fear. The rattlesnake coils instantly, tail rattling its warning. The shrew tenses, its tiny muscles taut like a drawn bowstring. The silence is suffocating, as though even the desert itself pauses to wait. Then, without warning, they strike. One wields deadly venom. The other, nearly immune. Time shatters in the instant of contact, and then falls silent again. Only grains of sand drift slowly back to earth, restoring the desert's stillness. The shrew is gone, but the traces left behind are proof enough it was never meant to be an easy meal. Perhaps it was the very reason the rattlesnake retreated. In a world where strength is measured by fangs, scales, and venom, the desert shrew is a paradox. Size does not define courage. Survival is not reserved for the largest and fiercest. Sometimes, it belongs to the boldest, even the reckless. In the Arizona desert, every creature writes its own story of survival. And the lesson etched upon the burning sands remains clear: the victor is not the strongest, but the one who adapts best. On an Arizona morning, as the first sunlight slips through the red mountains, a great shadow glides across the sky. It is the turkey vulture, a giant bird, both fearsome and majestic, the ruler of the arid skies. With wingspans stretching nearly 2 meters, they soar with hardly a flap, gliding silently on the rising heat waves from the scorched ground. This is their secret, the masters of energy conservation in the natural world. Their bare crimson heads, grotesque at first glance, are in fact perfect adaptations. When they plunge into rotting carcasses, the bare skin protects them from bacteria and parasites. With keen eyesight and an extraordinary sense of smell, rare among birds, turkey vultures can detect the scent of death from kilometers away. For them, death is not an end, but sustenance. In Arizona, the turkey vulture plays an irreplaceable role. They are the janitors of nature, silently clearing animal remains from the harsh Sonoran desert. Without them, the land would soon be overwhelmed by rot. Disease from carrion would spread, threatening not only wildlife, but humans as well. They consume what no other creature dares to touch, and in doing so, preserve the fragile balance of the ecosystem. Fearsome though they appear, these birds are no hunters. They are so gentle that they often avoid humans altogether. Yet when threatened, they wield a bizarre defense, vomiting the half-digested contents of their stomach. The revolting sight and stench are enough to drive most attackers away, a shield as grotesque as it is effective. Watch them on cool desert mornings, perched on power lines, dead trees, or rocky cliffs, wings outstretched like statues. They are not only warming themselves after the frigid night, but also letting the sun sterilize their dark feathers. The image is both majestic and unsettling, like an ancient ritual of a bird bound to death and rebirth. In many cultures, vultures are seen as omens of misfortune. But in nature, they are the invisible physicians of the ecosystem. In Arizona, their presence is proof of extraordinary adaptation, and a reminder that in the eternal cycle of life, even death itself has a sacred role. In the stillness of the Arizona desert night, as the sun sinks behind the red mountains and the moon climbs high, a deep, resonant call echoes through the valley, hoo-hoo-hoo. It is the commanding voice of the great horned owl, a fearsome predator and one of the most widespread owls in North America. With glowing golden eyes that pierce the darkness, a sharp curved beak, and talons strong enough to take down prey twice its size, the great horned owl is truly the silent phantom of Arizona's night skies. Its name comes from the two tufts of feathers atop its head, resembling ears or small horns, lending it a look both mysterious and intimidating. Yet what makes it such a formidable hunter is not its appearance, but its mastery of the hunt. When night falls, the great horned owl leaves its refuge, a rock crevice, a stand of trees, or even the arm of a towering saguaro cactus, and drifts silently into the open. Thanks to the unique structure of its feathers, its wings produce almost no sound. This absolute silence turns it into an invisible assassin in the dark, striking before its prey even senses its presence. In Arizona, its menu is vast: jackrabbits, ground squirrels, mice, small birds, bats, even rattlesnakes. The crushing strength of its talons allows it to subdue victims with ease, killing with a deadly squeeze. Its remarkable adaptability enables it to thrive across almost every habitat, from the parched Sonoran desert to scrublands, and even forests along the Colorado Plateau. But the great horned owl is more than a predator. For many indigenous tribes of Arizona, it carries symbolic weight, a sacred omen, both a warning and an emblem of power and wisdom in the night. To see its golden eyes flare in the darkness is to feel both fear and reverence, as if facing the very spirit of the desert itself. The presence of the great horned owl is proof of nature's balance in Arizona. They keep rodent populations in check, preventing outbreaks of disease, and help maintain the fragile rhythm of the ecosystem. In the vast desert night, the great horned owl stands as a reminder that the order of the wild is upheld by wings of silence.
Under the scorching African sun, a wild and perilous world unfolds. Across the vast grasslands, millions of lives are constantly struggling to survive. Herds of wildebeests migrate in an endless flow, always alert to predators lurking nearby. Giant crocodiles lie in ambush by the riverbanks. Lions hide in the tall grasses, while eagles soar above, scanning the land for prey. Every moment here is an uncompromising battle for survival. Amid the ever-changing wilderness, a herd of zebras strides calmly. They are far from weak, swift legs cutting through the wind, powerful kicks, and an unshakable spirit of unity. In the brutal whirlpool of life and death, zebras fiercely carve their names into the sun-scorched savanna. On the vast African plains, a herd of zebras lives together in strength and solidarity. With their distinctive black and white stripes, these zebras not only stand out in the grasslands, but also possess unique personalities and roles, forming a strong, united community. Zara, the mature zebra, is always the leader, sharp-eyed and remarkably observant. He guides the herd in search of safe places to graze and rest. Alongside him is Kofi, a powerful warrior, ever ready to confront danger to protect the group. One morning, as the first light of dawn begins to shine across the endless fields, the herd of zebras leaves their resting area and heads toward the lush green grasslands where they can feed. They eat quietly, grazing with strong jaws. The adult zebras remain vigilant, while the young ones like Safi, energetic and mischievous, frolic around the group. Other zebras, like Kuma and Baiko, stand watchfully, their eyes never straying from any potential signs of danger. Just as the herd peacefully enjoys their breakfast, a rustling sound arises from the bushes. A lioness, with sharp, cold eyes and a gleaming golden coat, is silently watching from afar. Immediately, Zara, with his keen instincts, spots the danger and signals the herd. A warning call echoes out, and the entire group instantly shifts into defense mode. They quickly form a protective circle, shielding the young zebras at the center. Kofi, brave and strong, stands beside Zara, ready to face the predator head-on. The lioness begins her charge, racing toward the herd, not expecting such a swift reaction. With powerful kicks from their hind legs, the zebras form a sturdy barrier. Their thunderous kicks, sometimes strong enough to drive off even a wild beast, create a wall of defense. While Kofi and Zara stood their ground against the lion, other zebras like Kuma and Baiko also joined the fight, coordinating their movements with remarkable precision. Although the lion was agile, the zebra herd displayed superior speed and teamwork. Every kick and dodge seemed calculated, as if following an instinctive strategy. The zebras used not only their strength, but also their agility, launching surprise attacks that forced the lion to pause and retreat. At last, after a tense standoff, the lioness realizes that this zebra herd is too strong and united. She gives up, retreating into the deep forest in search of easier prey. The herd breathes a collective sigh of relief, but none forgets the important lesson. In the wild, unity and wisdom are the keys to survival. Every zebra, whether strong or small, plays a crucial role in protecting and preserving the life of the herd. Though no foraging journey is ever easy, the zebras always understand that with each step they take, they carry the power of unity. They know that whether facing enemies or challenges, only through solidarity and togetherness can they overcome every obstacle. These zebras, with their unique black and white stripes, are not just strong creatures. They are intelligent warriors who stand together to face the harsh wilderness. As darkness falls and the sky gradually turns a dreamy shade of purple, the zebras continue their journey, leisurely walking across the vast African plains. Nothing can stop them in this moment. There is no longer a need to fight, no threat from predators, only the feeling of freedom and harmony with the vast natural world.